Hello, Bellows Falls, and welcome to the feed. Welcome to Halloween 2018. I've got my cyborg implants all ready to go, and here we are.
And your crinkly vest.
And my crinkly vest. It's going to be Crinkly Day here on the feed.
Day.
Hey, we saw. You went to the movies, right?
I did go to the movies last night. I saw Stars Born. Is it running 2 weeks or is it the last week?
I don't know, but what a
Anyway,
great
it was
movie. The
excellent,
music
excellent
was
movie.
fantastic. Did you hear that we actually had a local musician that read for the Bradley Cooper part?
No.
Yeah.
Who is that?
Who would qualify?
Floyd, of course.
La da 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 da.
Floyd,
Good morning.
welcome.
I can't believe you didn't get the part, Floyd.
I don't know what happened.
Was it something with management? Your manager was just,
I
not
don't
right
think they
on
were
it?
giving you the money. You wanted more.
Yeah, I wanted a little more. Bradley was willing to take less.
Yeah, he'll do it for nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just going for the, I'll get the exposure and then
Exactly.
it'll turn into something.
Exactly.
Artists got to stop doing that.
My
They
agent-
got to get the money up front.
Yeah, my agent said, no, you got to hold out. But Bradley was like, I'll take it. So
Yeah.
I guess he's doing okay with it.
That's what I heard. You got to take what you can get. That's
But my agent set this up, so I'm very happy.
There you go.
Really
This
excited.
was pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
Same idea, less time and same amount of money. So
yeah, pretty much.
yeah, why not?
Okay.
We make the big bucks here.
Welcome to the feed.
Thank
It's
you.
so good having you back.
Yes.
Poor Mike's gonna get like whiplash today.
Yes, he's gonna go
I
back
have
He's
to
got
blank.
no peripheral vision.
no peripheral vision, but it looks good, right?
Yeah, you can even look this way and we'll think you can see us.
Yeah.
It's close enough.
All right. So, do we have any local events or
We
anything?
do have one local event. I want to give a shout out to the two winners of the Chili and Chowder Fest from last weekend. The winner of the chowder was Jamaican Jules,
Oh,
which I believe is the second year in a row.
At least second
went.
year,
Yeah,
yeah.
second year in a row. And then the chili was Holidays.
oh wow.
It was
Nice.
a
Good for
maple
them.
bacon chili
Mm.
here. I wasn't at the event because I was away, but
It was quite a.
did you go?
No, I was editing.
Okay. I heard it was, even though it was pouring rain the whole day, it was well attended. So shout out to the two winners. This Sunday night is the 21st annual Our Place Drop-In Center Empty Bowl Dinner.
Oh, and did you see Vern Temple's table?
I did.
Wow.
They've been highlighting on the Our Place Facebook page a lot of the auction items that they have. So it's the Empty Bowl Dinner and auction. It starts at 5 p.m. The auctioneer is a local auctioneer, Mr. Bill Stevens.
Oh,
We're doing
okay.
auctioning
You
this
know
year.
him,
I
don't
do.
you?
I do.
Or you've met, right?
We've met once or
Yeah,
twice.
yeah.
And you get a nice little handcrafted bowl. You get some wonderful soups that are donated by local restaurants, and you have the opportunity to bid on some prizes donated by local merchants.
Great. And then I was editing this weekend because we have the next episode of Cellar Hole Investigators up. So
I think you should have Floyd on Cellar Hole Investigators.
I think we should.
I've been in some cellar holes.
Yeah, you've probably been in more cellar holes than I have.
That's
So,
true. You probably know some wild cellar holes.
Yeah, wicked cellar holes.
We've seen some over the years,
Yes,
yes.
I'll bet. All right, Floyd, we're here today to talk about the local music scene.
Okay.
And some ideas of some projects you have going on.
Yeah, so we had talked last time about doing some projects with bands, and it's exciting to see the scene is not, certainly not what it was, but it's coming back. There, music scene's pretty live in Keene still. Waxy O'Connor's has reopened up as somebody else, but Willie McCoy's is now.
They have
Waxy
these-
O'Connor's is now Willie McCoy's. and
They
they're
have
having
to have a
bands
clever
again.
name thing.
And Club Vermont, we're playing next week in Putney, Vermont. The Putney Inn has reopened, and he's running a great club in there. Karaoke once a week, live music once a week. So that's exciting to see that get going. Stone Church down in Brattleboro still having live music all the time. Here in town, PK's and what's the new club?
Wunderbar.
Wunderbar.
Yeah.
Yep, they're doing music. I'm not sure about Donovan's, but they've done music in the past. So it's not every weekend. I just rubbed my makeup off, but
That's all right.
it's not every weekend. But it's kind of coming around. I mean, it'll never be what it was. You know, I don't think you're going to see Thursday, Friday, Saturday at. We had talked. Michael Dees
Yeah,
might have
yeah.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then Nick's would have Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Then some of the other clubs. It'll never get to that point again, but it's nice to see it's kind of coming around a little
That's
bit.
good.
It's just nice that
But it's
there's at
all,
least-
it's part of the licensing issues, right? Is that?
I think it's everything combined. You're not getting the people coming out. I think, like my son always says, I can pick my phone up and watch a concert anytime I
that's
want to.
true, yeah.
So, there's that. The drinking age changed. That changed the nightclub scene quite a bit, and the DWI.
Yeah, right.
That slowed it down a lot in the 80s once that changed. So people are more careful about going out, but people are willing to still go out once a weekend and have a good time. So it's not
Well, you
Thursday,
just did,
Friday, Saturday.
you just did a Halloween party, right?
We did a big
last
Halloween.
weekend?
Yep, that was a good time up to
The filling station.
filling station. Thank you. You saved me.
I know, that's that's another unique name.
Now,
you know?
where's that?
That's in White River Junction, and they take their Halloween very serious. So
Do they
lots,
really?
lots of prizes and
I saw like Mr.
great
Peanut
costume. Mr. Peanut was amazing. They had goriest prize, best makeup prize, best overall, sexiest costume. So it was a wild party this weekend. We had-
Did you win most of the prizes then?
I didn't get. I lost all.
Oh, you were like, but
I'm judging, so I'm probably
oh yeah,
not
it
allowed.
was like
Because I picked myself,
Yeah, conflict
you know,
of interest.
You know, the thicker the envelope,
Yeah.
that was the one I would nominate myself for. But I didn't do well at all. But
Oh, that's too
no, it was great. They have a great turnout, and that's once a year. They've already booked us for next year. So, and they have live music all in White River, and there's a Salt Hill Pub in West Leb. So there's some clubs popping up here and
Yeah,
there.
yeah. Good. Well, it's good to hear it's still alive.
Yes, and it'll give bands incentive to stay together. You know, even though it's few and far between the gigs, maybe, but it gives guys a chance to get out there and play. So, you know, new bands are forming too. So
Right,
that's
right,
kind of
right.
exciting because for a long time there was no new bands up and coming.
Yeah.
So it was like without places to play, there was no incentive to
Right,
put a
right,
band
right.
together. So.
We went to New Orleans a couple of weeks ago, and there's this street, Frenchman Street, and every place had a band, and it was so interesting. It was just so refreshing. It was like being back in the '80s. It was like you could just walk down the street
And catch
there was
live
and there were
music.
people playing on the street. There were people playing in the band, you know, and some places had covers, some places just had drink minimums, and
Yeah.
it was really fun, and you could really see a lot of music.
We always, our dream place to play is Daytona Beach because we go to vacation once a year there, and we'll walk down the main street, and there's music, like you said, on both sides of the road. You walk in, check out a band. When they take a break, walk
Yeah,
across the
yeah.
road, watch the next band. And the ideal thing for the bands is you don't really have to change your set list because the crowd changes.
Yeah. And
You know,
it
the
just
crowd's
seemed-
there for the weekend,
Yeah.
and then they're gone, and then a new crowd comes in. So.
It really seemed the best of both worlds because the bands were having a good time and the people were having a good time. And
Yeah.
It wasn't, it was really.
And you're
fun.
catching people. You're playing for people on vacation, so you're not trying to put them in a good mood.
Yeah, they're
They're in a good mood.
They're at the beach, too.
Yeah, and how can you beat that?
Yeah.
So-
So we have a clip. Do we want to do that right now, or do we
Sure,
wanna
we can
move
do
on?
whatever.
How are we
Anything
doing,
goes
Alex?
this one.
Can we
It's
do a clip
Halloween.
right now?
Isn't
It
it
is.
Halloween?
We
So
can do whatever
anything
we
goes
want.
on
We
Halloween.
already had the poltergeist attack back here. which
Yes,
I knew
I
it was gonna
know.
happen.
That
Why
was
did
bad.
you
Because
know
we have
that?
not exorcised the spirits out of
Oh,
Fact
that's
TV.
true. We should have brought our sage with us.
Should brought our
I was
A
gonna,
smudge
you know,
pot.
it's funny. Last night we had this meeting with the band, and we were like, I said, guys, I have this gig. It's not paying real well, but I'd like to do this gig tomorrow morning. And the band was like, Floyd, we're like brothers. we're there for you. And I said, you know, we all hugged, and I said, all right, see you guys tomorrow morning at 7 o'clock.
And here they
said,
are.
No, they actually said, beat it.
They're
Brothers,
not coming in right now.
brothers, my behind, get out of here. We're not getting up at 7
When
o'clock.
we go to Clip, we're not coming back to a full band.
We're not. No.
No.
I mean, it sounded good last night, but right up until I shouldn't have said 7:30. That's where
That, well, yeah, they don't. The 7:30 exists in the morning.
right,
Yeah,
right.
it's
So,
too early.
but I'm here.
All right. So I think we're gonna go to Clip,
Which one?
You pick one, Alex, and we'll talk about
and
it.
Alex is gonna decide what the clip is gonna be.
I
I
brought-
thought it was gonna be.
I have actually set up the clips, but I haven't told him what they are, so he has no idea. Oh,
Oh,
this is something that I wanted to do.
All right. Good. Like falling down on my nose. Did you see that? It's quite good.
It's called Inia Fas. Let me get the pronunciation.
Disney dance.
Inia Fas. Yeah. Okay. And I'd like to perform for you. Again, it's called Inia Fas Yankee Fan. Inia Fas Yankee Fan. Woo! Inia Fas Yankee Fan. Inia Fas Yankee Fan.
That was for my New York friends.
You know what? Look at this. Look at this. That's pretty obscene.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you, we are haunted.
We are
this week.
haunted
We are
today.
so
Today
haunted
is
It's Halloween.
haunted to feet. I'm losing my sash, my head, my fogging up here.
It's Halloween.
It is.
Yes, with the Red Sox victory, my friend is from New York, and I had to do that video.
Yes.
So there's actually there was one I did earlier on when we were about to play them, and I realized after I taunted that we hadn't beat the Yankees yet, so I might have jinxed
Yeah,
myself.
might have.
So I was
overstepped your
panicked there
bounds.
for a little bit, but it
Went
paid,
well.
it went
Went
well.
well.
You know, any chance you get to throw salt in the wound,
Go for it.
I say sprinkle away. You know, I know there's such a thing as a poor winner. That's what I am.
Poor winner.
So Marty,
Yes.
are you going to work on? I hear that there may be a project in the future for you and Floyd.
Throw me under the bus.
She keeps resisting this. I have this wonderful idea, and she keeps saying.
I'm
Oh,
talking about the local
yeah.
music scene and how, because it was really big at one time.
It would
and
be-
There's a lot of musicians still out there, still doing their thing.
Still doing it. I noticed here 8084 November 17th in Burlington. I
Yeah.
mean, there's a name we haven't heard for a while, and they're back on the scene. So their guitar player Andre was on board. The local guy Roy Brown would be fun to talk to because he kind of was the music scene here. And
He was in a lot of reiterations in different bands, Vehicle, and I think he was in some of Kelly Snow's bands for a while.
yeah, and Kelly's still playing. Mistress, all those musicians are still around, and we got to get them in here. I'd like to. We would do like Marty and I have talked about, and Alex too, maybe getting a list together of questions. So
Yeah.
the best place you played, the most memorable gig, maybe the funniest incident that you can remember, craziest fan you met. We have a story that.
Yeah, so why don't you give us an example? Like,
So, yeah.
you have to help these
I
bands.
thought if I gave an
like
example,
priming the pump. You know,
It might
you have
help.
to
So
come-
we've been asked to play this. All right, I'll give the mellower example first. So we're
Well,
playing
wait,
Bike Week.
wait, let's practice.
Let's practice.
Let's have Marty
Oh, yeah,
say,
yeah.
What?
Yeah, let me get
Floyd,
ready.
Tell me about
And
Intercept.
this is an example for the local scene.
Floyd, tell me about the craziest event you had when you were back on the road.
Okay, so here's one event, Marty. We were playing Bike Week in Laconia, and some fans came and they said, "Floyd, we come to your house every day, every gig. We come to
Yeah.
your show every gig. Please come to our house and have a drink with us tomorrow." So we loaded up the van. We said, "You know what? We will." And we didn't know these people. So we drove there in the morning, we pulled in, and we got to talking with them. And when we arrived at their house, there was a motorcycle in the kitchen doing a burnout. So the house was
In the
full of smoke.
kitchen?
In the kitchen.
In the kitchen.
And we're
Like
used
they
to...
had that big of a kitchen?
No, it wasn't a big enough kitchen.
Did
It
you
was
have
not a big
burnouts?
enough kitchen.
Let's be straight with that.
Yeah. So we made our way in anyway. Most people would head to the door at that point, you know, and say, well, you know what? We got to play tonight in 7 hours, so we really got to get going. But we stayed, and then there was a hole in the living room. And I said, you know, aren't you a building contractor? And he goes, yeah. And I said, you haven't
Fixed your
your
hole.
hole. There's a 3-foot hole in the side of your... Yeah, well, our neighbors and I, we like to shoot cannons at each other's house. And they shot a hole through the wall and they put plexiglass up to cover it. These people were really nice people, but a little bit nuts. So,
Yeah, a little on the,
yeah.
thinking outside the box.
Yeah, so those were, we would have to say, if that were going to go under a category, we'd have to say that would be our craziest fans that we ever met. Those would have to fall under the craziest. And I know other people have crazy stories. So
I'm curious, how long did you stay then? Were you there like,
It was a little uncomfortable. We all put our drinks away as quick as possible. And we were like, boy, whew. And they're like, wow, what do you got to do? And oh, we have to
Yeah, I think we
get
might
back
have
to the
tune
hotel.
instruments
And, you know, it takes, you know, at least 2 hours to tune instruments. So if we could just get out of here. So we made the best of it, but we also got out of there as quick as possible.
it's kind of like one of those life lessons though, right? Like you just don't know.
Yeah, well, you don't want to be shot with a cannon.
Yeah.
So you want to
Good
sit in
point.
their living room and
Yeah.
relax.
Yeah.
But, you know,
Maybe,
it makes it tricky at any time a
Yeah.
cannon.
And then the kitchen is already occupied.
And the kitchen's on fire, so it's like, you know.
Maybe the porch.
And you
Maybe
want to
the-
be a wild rock band. Like, oh,
Yeah.
you guys are
We
wild.
can
And
do
it's
that.
like, yeah, look at the time.
Gotta go take a nap.
Yeah. So those were probably our craziest fans.
How about your craziest thing that happened while you were playing a gig?
You know, we were there was a gig in Concord. There was 2 things that happened here. They brought this shirt up from Concord. We were playing this. That was a biker party too. Maybe I'm seeing
detecting a pattern.
Yeah, pattern there. So the shirt came up and it said Intercept, and we loved it because we were kind of the headliners on
Yeah,
this.
yeah, yeah.
And then I was reading the bands, and I said, Nitrous. That sounds like a cool name. How are they? And the guy goes, that's not a band.
Yeah,
That's a tent. You go smell the nitrous gas. And we were like,
Yeah.
where we live in a cave, I guess.
This is Vermont.
Yeah,
you know.
we don't know about that. So anyway, we were playing the show, and it's going well, and all of a sudden, break time, and the guy comes up, and he goes, now it's time for the wet t-shirt contest. And I said, okay. And he says, well, we give big prizes away. And he drags a hose up on stage, and they start laying pieces of plastic over our instruments.
No.
And I'm like, no. We can't have water on the stage. Absolutely not. So I'm in an argument with this guy. It's like, no, this can't happen. And I turned, and 2 of the contestants were already naked. So I turned back to him and I said, just be careful.
This could work. Yeah, but it
We
really
made the
is-
best of it.
Yeah,
We
you
made the
you
best of it.
adapted.
We
That's good.
adapted.
That's
But that was
It's
kind of a...
suffering for the cause.
Exactly. But that was kind of the first time I went from an argument with a promoter to, all right, well,
Yeah.
let's go with it. We'll step off to the side and get right out of
Who
your
am I
way.
to stand in the way of art?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm glad you saw it that way, Mike. Art.
Art.
Or, yeah, I think that
It's
falls
the
into kind of
creative
art.
process.
But there's a lot of fun stories out there. Just, you know, breaking down on your way to a show and being there late and
Equipment malfunctions.
yeah,
Equipment
just
malfunction.
it's
Yeah.
there's so many fun stories, and I think Marty, if we got the musicians in here and you know a lot of them, and if we could get them open up and start telling their stories, or me and Mike had talked, maybe if they shot it at home.
Yeah.
On
With their phones, like everybody.
They
shoots
might
stuff with
open
their
up
phones.
a little bit easier. Sometimes you come in and the camera's here and the lights are a little, intimidating. But if you were to shoot it at home in your living room, you might get some really good stories.
I remember, I think it was Tim Lumberg, I don't know what band he was in, they had an old hearse.
Great
for
guitar
their-
player. Oh,
for
that's
their,
right.
For their, to carry their equipment around in.
That was the coolest
Yeah.
thing when you'd see the hearse pull in. It's like, oh, there's the band, but original,
Uh-huh.
original,
Yeah.
and just neat. And Tim was a great player too.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it'd be fun to get the people in to get their stories and maybe do. We talked about some type of jam. We had talked about the idea, me and Marty last. What was it, in the winter? I think we
Yeah,
talked
last
about
time
it.
you were on.
And then one of our band members had some health issues, but so we kind of took the summer off. But
Yeah, yeah.
he's 100%, and we're back playing and having fun. So now I'll get on it again. I kind of got some people on board through social media.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
wife has been.
I
sending
just
out.
think it would be a wonderful project because it's just, even if he did like some clips from, people must have like VHS
Sure.
clips and other clips that they had of when they were performing. Do a little clip and then show them then and then now and then
Yeah,
talk
that would
about
be
what happened.
That would be fun too. Yeah, if we
Yeah.
could go back and,
There's-
and round up as many clips as we could find.
There's just so many places to play. It was a pretty vibrant music scene around here for quite some time with local bands and really good local bands. And
Yeah.
You could go out every weekend.
Yeah, and by
um,
playing every weekend, bands got really
Mm-hmm.
talented.
Yeah, they
You
got
saw it,
good.
and it was competitive. You had to be, up on the today's music at that time,
Mm-hmm.
and you had to get into certain clubs. You had to have your chops down. So
Yeah.
it
good.
would be real interesting. But it was a great scene, and it was so fun growing up during that time. I try to explain to people, but like you say, if we brought musicians in, we could kind of bring it
Yeah,
to life,
yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
So.
And maybe revive some of it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility that people would see this and go, "Oh, that looked like a lot of fun. We should do that again."
Try it again, yeah.
Maybe we should, not watch everything on YouTube and maybe
Yeah,
just
put the
go
phone
see
down for
something.
5
Yeah,
minutes.
Yeah.
Because there's something different about actually going and seeing a live band.
Right.
There's really a whole different
No,
experience.
I always enjoyed and any type of music. When someone's playing music live, it's like, and that's one of the things here on your TV station. Nights you can watch almost any genre.
Yeah.
There's one show where it's like a rap song into a Roots on the River into
Really?
Intercept video or whatever. It's
Uh-huh.
like
Yeah.
that pretty much covers.
That's it.
Covers the
That's good.
gamut.
That's it. Yeah. Wow.
And I was going to say Jatoba, my friend Jatoba, their band, a 3-piece, great bluegrass.
Yeah. Sort of a fusion thing, though.
Yeah, funky fusion.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
great stuff. And they're doing a debut, releasing a CD up and coming in November as well, down at the Stone Church in Brattleboro.
Yeah.
So
And
I'm
the other
excited
place
for
that we
them.
didn't mention that often, like almost not every weekend, but maybe every other, is Stone Pizza in.
Pizza
Oh, yep.
Pizza Stone.
Yep,
and,
they're still having music.
Yeah, we were just
Yeah.
there the other day and they had a live band. It was
And
really
we're up to
good.
Springfield in November, the day after Thanksgiving, at the bowling alley. But it's not the bowling alley; it's the bar part, which is called Yankee Lanes. No, that sounds something different.
Yeah.
But yeah, we can make up anything. Springfield live at the Lanes.
Live at the Lane.
Live at the Lanes in
All right.
Springfield. So
Good.
Look, there you
Oh,
go.
there
your
it
play
is.
dates.
Look.
Look at that.
We actually
Just
have
like that.
gigs. We have, we're good.
what a huge production company you guys have. Production
We
team.
need more
Try.
budget. Though.
What a big team.
mean,
Yeah.
We just, the makeup and it just sucking us dry.
Actually, I do love the show. I watch it every week. It's very entertaining. I love the show, and I recommend it. I still want to bug all my other band friends to come in.
And be on it, yeah. We
And
need people.
I'm joking with my band, but we do want to come in and play a little live set one of these days.
Oh, that would be fun.
So-
I mean, it's good that you open with us and we can do the na 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 na.
Yeah.
but
That's a new
still.
original we're working on. We're working on a new video. We got 2 songs finished in the studio. We're working on both new videos. And we got some up and coming gigs. New Year's, we're at Club Vermont. I think the rooms are being booked now, so look, right on
That's
cue.
amazing.
Has Club Vermont been getting good reception, or has
I
it been a
think
little slow?
so. I think it's been the karaoke looks huge down there,
Mm-hmm.
and we had a good night when we were there. I think of Last Kid Picked, but Groove Prophet was there a couple weekends after we were there, and that went really well. So I think he's got a live band right up until New Year's almost
Wow.
every weekend.
And they used to have a relatively good dance floors. There's still a good,
Oh yeah, plenty of room. And what's great, when we played there, some older friends of mine showed up, and they don't necessarily like the dance floor scene and
Oh,
right in
that's
front of
too
the
bad.
music.
Yeah.
But they've got so many rooms. They went off in the back. They sat in the
Oh,
couch.
cool.
And they loved it. They said we
Yeah,
had a
sort of mellowed
sandwich.
out the music. And,
Had a sandwich and a drink in the back, and we loved it. So it's kind of a nice. It's beautiful for that, and it's low ceilings and carpet, so it deadens the sound. So even though there's a lot of people in there talking, it's
Yeah,
nice
yeah.
and quiet,
Oh,
and
good.
it's a nice place to have bands. So
It's good for someone that's maybe not into the club scene.
Yeah.
You can go and hear music and be comfortable.
But
So
if
that's
you
a-
are into the club scene, it's good for that too.
yeah,
it's a little
so
best
it's
of both
both.
worlds.
Come
Yeah.
be crazy. You can get. I like the setup because you can get as crazy as you want. You can get to the front of the stage and yell and scream and listen to the music as loud as
Which
it
is
can
what Mike
possibly
usually
be.
does.
Which is where Mike's there.
I'm
Until
not. You would. Yeah. Yeah.
well, both of you.
He's there
both,
until 9, then he has to go home and go to bed.
That's right.
Both of you
That's
actually,
where I am now.
you can say you left at 9, but actually we called security and had you guys removed. But it does sound better since you're the
Yeah.
host of the show that you
That
left.
we voluntarily left.
Right.
There was.
You were just arm in
weren't-
arm with that big
yeah.
guy.
He was helping.
So, but no, and if you want to stay in the back and away from the music, and they've got 2 bars or, 2 bars, one in the front, closer to the scene, and then one in the back. So you
All
can go-
right.
So yeah, stop down to Club Vermont. We're there November 10th and New Year's, and then the lanes. It's
Okay,
right
and
there.
we're out of time.
At a time.
Do you want to sing us out, or you want to clip us out?
You know, I think I gotta fire up the guitar. I don't know if I have time, but
All right.
we could play a little bit of the song. You know, we were kind of working on that, and it seemed like it was going okay.
Alex is giving us the. What are we doing? Okay, you giving us the thumbs up?
He's the thumbs up on the music, Alex. You can't hide me anymore. And here's our part, all together.
All right.
And we sing la da 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 da.
That's it for the feed. Be sure to catch us every Wednesdays at 7:30 a.m. Also, find us on Facebook at Fact TV or tell us what you think. thefeed8@gmail.com. And don't forget to watch the feed online at www.fact8.com.